Hey everybody, Jason Burmis here, and I felt like I needed to do this video for a lot of reasons, some of which include how the media has manipulated the mindsets of the general populace in this country to put them in categories to any thinking person shows their ignorance. Now, especially in this instance, where we had a protester being removed from a Donald Trump Jr. event for freaking out and calling the president anti Semitic and saying that Jews were being gunned down, more Jews were being gunned down every year in this country, et cetera, et cetera. And that comes from the idea that his base are Nazis. And you even see that in comedy shows such as Curb Your Enthusiasm, which I really enjoy. They played up on the Make America Great Again hat, but they also used the term Nazi several times. And this is the same thing that went on last night and now even today with this Iowa caucus disaster, right? In that, when you look at that, I hashtagged this wrong. I'm going to have to change that at the end. When you look at the Iowa caucus disaster, right? And people are saying it's the Russians' fault. That's from media brainwashing. And just in case you didn't know, there has not been a bigger ally and friend to Israel than Donald Trump as a president in my lifetime. I cannot think of a bigger one. He came in here saying that he was going to get us out of these wars of aggression, but how can you do that when you have an ally like Israel, like Saudi Arabia in that region, and you're working with that Anglo-American empire for full spectrum dominance in the region? Yet, people are so fucking brainwashed that they're screaming at Donald Trump Jr. That his father is anti-Semitic. And the media plays into this. If you look at this, both Trump and himself, so him and his father, have been accused of using anti-Semitic rhetoric. And there's a ton of this stuff. You can literally have a guy that's declared the Golan Heights regions Israel's. It's not, on behalf of, Genie Energy and its cohorts, really. Kush, we'll get into him. Jared Kushner, his son-in-law, who's about as pro-Israel as it could possibly get. Him and Netanyahu right now, they're reported to be butting heads, but we're going to get into all that. But we see this, even with like Politico, never been a better friend. Trump touts Israel record at Jewish gathering, and he does. And Netanyahu is in lockstep with that. But even with like foreign policy, one of the mouthpieces for the CFR, as that information is out there, he's not really pro-Israel. He's pro-Trump. Let me explain something to you. If he was really pro-Trump and he wanted an actual base, and he wanted to be the superhero he portrayed himself in 2016, he would not be that great of an ally to Israel. He would not be announcing this new peace plan that's so in-your-face bad that bureaucrats in the EU are outwardly saying it's a bad idea. And they're not saying it's a bad idea because they're against it. They're saying it's a bad idea because they know what the outcome's going to be, and they want to distance themselves from it. The oligarchs that, created the EU, they'll be in on the military-industrial complex contracts and that dominance too. But in the press, they'll sound like, well, geez, this peace plan wasn't so peaceful after all. And I mean, when I say that these guys are hand in hand, lockstep best friends, this is from the White House in joint statements. I mean, you can go see it. But I mean, let's be honest. There has never been a better friend to Israel. You can go watch it. Thank you and Bibi. We have a lot of powerful people in this room. You bet they do. You go watch that yourself. They're giving joint press conference, okay? And like I said, this peace plan is forcing a reality on the Palestinians. It's sad. There's a complete media blackout in this country of how Palestine has really been militarily dominated, and that these illegal settlements have expanded, and these people are treated unbelievably horrifically. I think I tweeted out a video of a young child being attacked by dogs. I mean, it's unacceptable. And this is supposed to be in the Holy Land, right? The Holy Land. And a lot of people won't talk about this, but it needs to be discussed. Because again, you can't clean up the Middle East and get your military groups out of there by doing this. Flickoff says, LMAO. I seen this a few minutes ago. Nobody can genuinely believe Trump is anti-Semitic. This dude has to be a plant to be getting people talking about the more Jewish supremacist laws and protecting only one race. I would say it's probably not, Flickoff, man. I think, again, this speaks to the mass delusion of the media that are telling you that this guy is a Nazi and that his base are white supremacists. Okay? I really, truly believe it. I mean, look at what people are still tweeting out about this Iowa caucus as if Russia had something to do with the shit show. And just to go back into this and talking about this peace plan, like I said, the EU is distancing themselves, but again, the oligarchs, the unelected bureaucrats that are really controlled controlled by the predator class, they don't care. That's optics. So right now, apparently, Kushner's not going all the way along with the Netanyahu plan because it's so in your fucking face. Netanyahu literally tells you that Israel is not for everybody. Look at Abby Martin's work on Gaza and the Strip and Israel, and you'll find out this is a real thing. This is a horrific thing. And you have a president whose son-in-law had Netanyahu sleep in his bedroom when he was a child, when he'd come to visit America. That's how close the Kush is with Netanyahu. And if Netanyahu's stepping up to the plate and saying, Kushner is opposing him, you better believe it's hardball time, man. And with Donald himself, you got to understand, dude, there's Trump Heights out there. There's settlements. I had the coin up. Did I X the coin out? I guess I did. Hold on one second. We're going to do it live. And just so you know, they've minted a Cyrus coin. Trump coin Israel. I don't need for sale. I hate those fill-ins, man. It kills me. So let's go to images. And there you go. I mean, there's Melania, but you can see it. Some of them are a little bit more elaborate, right? But just that they put this guy's face on a coin. You really think he's anti-Semitic? I mean, are you that brainwashed to not be able to see that he's obviously a lockstep Israel ally? I mean, he's a lockstep Saudi Arabian ally as well. And that's why I get upset. Because I'm sorry, I don't trust these plans. All right? If you're going to go after the guy, can we go at him through a path of reality, of actual taken actions? Not words, not spin, not telling me what's huge and what's great, not Russian propaganda, right? And I'm not talking about by the Russians. I'm talking about that deep state that actually exists. There are a lot of nuances out there, and I'm sorry, this is not the nuance to die on, folks. Oh, that being said, I'm probably going to be streaming really soon after I walk my dog, do a little walk and talk with y'all and Karma over on rockfin.com. Maybe I'll do that before the walk and talk. I'm not sure. Via the impeachment hearings. So if you don't know about my Rockfin, you can sign up for Rockfin for free. I'm putting some of my stuff up there as well for free that you can get other places, but that's free. I'm doing 5 premium videos a week there. And some people were like, premium? Oh, now you're behind a paywall. Not really, because you're not just buying into my stuff like you would with a membership or a Patreon, etc. You're buying into a network that actually has a bunch of premium content that you can't see anywhere else. Things like Funky and FRB, which is a podcast of Ben Askren and Front Row Brian, Chael Sonnen stuff, Graham Placone stuff you can't find anywhere. Graham Placone. Ron Placone and Graham Elwood stuff you can't find anywhere else. Mike Cernovich is also on this network providing stuff. So if that's your thing, $9.99 a month, and you hit the endorse Jason Bermas button, rockfin.com/Jason Bermas. You get my extra now 20 videos a month. You'll see, and I live stream them just like here. So I'm going to be live streaming the impeachment hearings, giving you my take on that. And I don't have to worry about getting kicked off of YouTube for doing that type of content. Thumbs this video up, subscribe, and share. We cover a plethora of topics here that matter. Please join the Bermas Brigade. Lost some subscribers today because people don't like it when I'm critical of Trump or if I tell the truth about certain aspects of Bernie Sanders. They get upset. They get upset I'm not team baseball one way or the other, that I'm an adult and I can think for myself. And I know a lot of you guys out there, you can think for yourself too. You're not thumbing it down and, unsubscribing because you got a little butt hurt from something that I said. I mean, I'm going to say things that might upset people. But I hope that my overall work is shared with the masses. Loose Change, Final Cut, Fabled Enemies, Invisible Empire, A New World Order Defined, and Shade the Motion Picture are all available right here, right now, for free in the playlist section under documentaries. $5, $10, $15. It means the world to me. I'd love to hit that $5,000 mark this month. If we can do that, then I will take a trip around certain places in the country and think about relocating. Because I got to tell you guys, it's about that time to get out of New York State. Things are a little wacky-tacky here. I want to say I love you, and I'll see you on the flip.